This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat, an official Paizo actual play podcast. Join Acheron, Hap, Alhara, Riley, Darius, and the entire Circus of Wayward Wonders as they save the Starstone Isles from the dreaded extinction curse. Listen now to 3-Ring Adventure at rollforcombat.com. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's topic is what happens to your initiative when you are reduced to 0 hit points. Now the rules say that when you are reduced to 0 hit points, you change your place in the initiative order, and you change it to be directly before the turn in which you are reduced to 0 hit points. Now that wording, that verbiage may sound a little weird to some people, and that's because the original first printing of the core rules stated it differently. In the original core rules, it said that your place in initiative changes to directly before the initiative of the enemy who was responsible for you being reduced to 0 hit points, and that created some confusion and some odd situations, such as attacks of opportunity, that jumbled up some of the way that this was intended to work. So what you're seeing on your screen right now is the new errata that clarifies it to be your initiative changes to directly before the turn in which you are reduced to 0 hit points. And there are a couple of unique situations that might be worth talking about, but before I get into examples, I think it's probably worthwhile to talk about why it is your initiative changes. Why do they move you in the initiative order when you're reduced to 0 hit points? Because if you understand that, that's probably going to answer a lot of the questions you might have. The reason why your place in initiative changes is to guarantee that there will be one full round before you have to make your first flat check to avoid death, or to avoid increasing the value of your dying condition. If the monster that knocks you to 0 hit points is immediately before you in the initiative order, then you are now going to have to make that flat d20 check and just pray that you roll that high enough that you don't die. But by taking your place in initiative and moving it directly before that monster's place in initiative, you're guaranteed there will be one complete round before you have to make that flat check versus dying. And another way to look at it is that guarantees that all of your allies, all the other players at the table, are going to get a turn where they can rush to your aid and try to help you before you're forced to make that first flat check to avoid dying. So that's why you're moved in the initiative order in the first place. So if we think about some situations, again, most common, an enemy knocks you unconscious on their turn, you're going to move to right before they act again. You're going to move in the initiative to right before their place in initiative, so you will get your turn right before they get their next turn. If you are reduced to 0 hit points on your turn because of an attack of opportunity or any other reaction that occurs on your turn, you're going to move to immediately before the current turn in which you are reduced to 0 hit points, which is effectively the same as saying you're keeping your same spot in initiative in a case like that. So that's it in a nutshell. When you're reduced to 0 hit points, your place in initiative changes to right before the turn in which you are reduced to 0 hit points. And the reason we do that is to guarantee that there will be one complete round before you have to make your first save. Well, it's not a save, but your first flat check against the dying condition. As always, if you have any further questions, please leave those in the comments. If you have any suggestions for future rule reminders, please leave those in the comments as well. In the description of this video, I will leave links to all of my other videos that talk about incapacitation and dying and how that whole process works, as well as my other videos on initiative. And as always, I want to say thank you to everybody out there who supports me, whether that's through liking these videos, sharing the videos with your friends, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, subscribing to the Patreon. I really appreciate everything you folks do to support me and this channel. And with that, thanks for watching. Take care and happy gaming.